everyone, Lauren Alvin with Adequate Dog and Puppy Training. I've wanted to do this training tip for a while, but I've been kind of putting it off because I don't want people to think that I'm judging them if they do this with their dog. It's about dog parks. I really don't like dog parks. If you go to dog parks with your dog, maybe you shouldn't, but if you do, you can be safe about it. So this is one of those, don't have sex before marriage, but if you're gonna do it, be safe about it talks. So don't go to dog parks, but if you're gonna do it, be safe about it. The reason is this: dog parks are the frat party of the dog world. There's a lot of inappropriate behavior, unsafe behavior, human and canine. You practice or pick up some bad habits. It's not fun for everyone. I would hate a frat party. In college, I would have hated a frat party. I would hate it even more now. It is not my scene. I would not have fun. I'd probably end up in a fight because I don't put up with people like that very well. And you can catch a disease, just like at a frat party. It's not appropriate for a lot of dogs. It's definitely not appropriate for puppies. If your dog has not received all of their boosters, completed their puppy set of vaccines, do not take them to a dog park. Even if they have, I wouldn't take a dog under 1 to a dog park because there's lots of unsafe, inappropriate behavior, human and canine. If your dog is dog selective, if they don't like every dog, if they're picky about their playmates, if they just don't get on with everyone very well, don't go to a dog park, especially if there's other dogs there. I'm sure you know people who can walk into a room and 10 minutes later, like, they're friends with everyone. And then you know people who open their mouth and alienate everyone in the room, even if they're not trying to. Dogs are the same way. So if you know that your dog is picky about their playmates or doesn't take well to lots of different play styles, don't take them to a dog park. They're not likely to have fun. If your dog practices inappropriate play styles, if they're one of those freight train dogs who just like body slams everyone, or they're tearing on other people's jowls all the time, or there's lots of humping or barking, or they're just too aroused or too rough, if they're likely to offend or hurt someone else, don't take them to a dog park. You also don't want them practicing those patterns of behavior of intense over-arousal all the time, because that's what they're gonna fall upon in other situations. And you'd think this would be obvious, but if your dog is reactive or aggressive to other dogs, don't take them to a dog park. If your dog is fighting with other dogs or has ripped another dog's ear off, taking them to a dog park is not a good way to socialize them. It's not going to solve the problem. It's not safe. It's not fair to the other dogs. It's not fair to your dog. Dogs who are uncomfortable around other dogs should not be forced to be around other dogs. It's not going to help them. It can make it much, much worse, and it can get them hurt. It can get you sued. It can get your dog dead. Bad things can happen at dog parks, which is one of the reasons I don't suggest going there. You're essentially putting your safety and your dog's safety in the hands and paws and mouths of a bunch of strangers. And I don't trust strangers that much, especially strangers' judgment about their dogs. I've got all sorts of horror stories. You want to hear them. It's not something that I want to share anyway, but bad things can happen there. If you think your dog might enjoy a dog park, if your dog is a frat boy kind of dog, maybe they are, that's fine. Or if your dog is one of those dogs who gets on with everyone, like those people who always say the right thing and everyone's just like, they're so charming and enigmatic and they just, they make friends with everyone. If you have that kind of dog, maybe they would enjoy a dog park, but still be safe. Here's my tip list. Know some cues. Nose targeting to call your dog back to you. Name response, so you can actually get their attention. A recall, either an emergency one and or a casual one. Up, up, over here, just so they get closer to you. Nina's getting massaged right now. So they get closer to you, they're back under your control, and then you can do something else with them. Get them out of a sticky situation pretty easily. It requires your undivided attention. Keep your eyes on your dog at all times. Watch what they're doing, watch where they're going, watch how the other dogs respond to them and how your dog responds to those dogs. With your undivided attention, you're going to need a thorough understanding of dog body language, which isn't as simple as it might seem. I'll provide some resources in the links and whatnot, because I think it's important. I know it's important. But if you understand what a dog is thinking and feeling and likely to do, it makes everyone safer. Things don't happen out of the blue. And if you can read dog body language, then it's like seeing into the future, I guess. You know when to call your dog away. You know when to, my next tip, be a proactive referee. If you see that things are going south, step in, help out your dog. Literally step in between and just go, pop, pop, I'm in the middle now, and the dogs go, oh, okay, I'm not looking at them more, I'm going over here. Calling your dog away, helping them practice patterns of behavior that you want them to continue to practice. And your gut instincts. If anything feels off or unsafe or icky or weird to you, leave. If someone is breaking the rules, if they're bringing a tiny dog in the big dog side or vice versa, if they're walking in with 5 dogs, if they've got a toddler with them, just leave. It's not something you want to deal with. It can get your dog in trouble. It can get you in trouble. It can go south real fast. I would also suggest leaving if anyone comes in with a dog on a choke, shock, or prong collar, because 1, it tells me that person doesn't know that much about managing their dog. 2, their dog might have some sort of issue. Either they're over aroused or they're aggressive or reactive to other dogs, which is why these people put that on there. And 3, I know that that dog is coming in really stressed out and aroused. And when you're already coming in at 10.5, it's easy to go to 11 and boil over, and that's when something bad happens. So don't go to dog park. But if you're gonna go to a dog park, be safe about it. Practice safe dog park going. There are plenty of other ways to give your dog exercise and enrichment. Using their brain and their nose is much more effective, honestly, and much safer. And like I said, not everyone's gonna have fun at a frat party. Some people would much rather stay home in their pajamas and binge watch, Stranger Things than go to a cocktail party or a frat party. Your dog is the same way. Not everyone likes body slamming a bunch of strangers in a weird mud pit surrounded by a fence, but some of them do, and that's fine. If you have a frat party dog, be safe about it, be proactive about it, know what your dog is saying and what your dog is feeling, and be an advocate for your dog. Be ready to leave as soon as you get there if things are looking weird. It is not the only way to get your dog exercise and enrichment. So there we go. My opinion on dog parks, put nicely. We have a Ask the Trainer live event on the 19th. That's in my calendar. It's the Sunday after next. I've got an event on the Facebook page. We've got the December holiday brush-up classes and tricks classes coming up, and we've got some other stuff planned. So let me know if you have any questions or requests. Take care.